This message is delivered to you at a critical moment. Consider it a profound spiritual experience, possibly a resonance with divine energy if you feel a strange warmth in your chest or tingling on your skin while engaging in it. This is a profound message. It is as if Archangel Michael attempted to connect with you, acknowledging your spiritual journey with a divine presence. Dear soul, can you understand the significance of a message that appears to be divinely urgent? It implies the disclosure of critical information. This warning is not only urgent, it is also a powerful spiritual defense, guided by the wisdom of Archangel Michael, your spiritual protector. This message is being sent to you today for a specific purpose. These are not just words. This message is infused with universal truth and carries a significant spiritual weight. There is an urgent situation that requires attention. Today, you are encouraged to recognize and acknowledge any negative influences that may have existed in your life. This is a profound spiritual insight, not a fantasy, that reveals what may have previously remained hidden from your conscious awareness. Have you never seen this before? It's possible that you dismissed a strange anxiety you felt in the presence of specific people because it wasn't supported by tangible evidence. Your intuition has made subtle attempts to communicate its message. Currently, those whispers may appear as a more powerful rumbling. The purpose of this message is to reveal what has been concealed. Please stay focused and internalize these words, as understanding this instruction is critical for your spiritual protection. Spiritually, you may realize that specific situations or individuals have been observed, revealing previously unseen behaviors and remarks. It can be disheartening to discover that one's trust was misplaced in someone who presented a pleasant demeanor while harboring negative intentions. The avoidance of negative energies or plans that could cause distress was accomplished. In fact, it appears that a spiritual intervention has shielded your path from potential conflict, preserving your inner peace. Imagine Archangel Michael as a guardian proclaiming, "This soul is protected, not now, not today." Do not underestimate the power of this spiritual insight, my dears. If you ignore this message, you may miss an important aspect of your search for clarity. Timing is a powerful aspect of this message. As a result, I implore you to remain open to its spiritual insights. Acceptance of this understanding is a way to ensure your spiritual well-being and inner peace. Spiritually, it is recognized that challenges and adversaries can manifest in unexpected ways, and you may have previously been unaware of their full scope. At this time, let go of any emotions you may be experiencing. It implies that your intuition is finally realizing what it may have sensed for a long time. You weren't mistaken. You did not simply spend too much time reflecting on your thoughts. You were chosen for this comprehension. The truth is now ready to be revealed to you. This message is being delivered today for a specific reason, not tomorrow or next week, implying a critical alignment of energies. Neglecting spiritual guidance may result in the omission of critical cues designed to keep you safe. Opportunities for such unambiguous insights may not appear in the same way in the future. This divine message is delivered with a sense of urgency. The passage of time also causes vibrations in the unseen realms. Before we continue with this discovery, I'd like to encourage you to consider the aspects that speak to you. It may be beneficial to share your thoughts in the comments section below. By remaining present with this message in your life, you can pave the way for a deeper spiritual understanding. I implore you to stay with me as I reveal insights into hidden influences. Your discernment is intended for this specific item. Please pay close attention, as this information is conveyed with a strong spiritual emphasis, as if it came directly from Archangel Michael's wisdom. This is related to a significant factor in your life that poses a challenge. I perceive this pattern with profound clarity. I am confident that as the message unfolds, it will strike a deep chord within you, allowing you to gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation. This is how clarity will be achieved. However, there is more, my dear. This is for a reason. Don't just observe it. This message encourages you to journey through it and actively engage with its contents. Because this message contains more than a brief piece of information. It provides spiritual guidance and protection. Your existence is about to be enveloped by an overwhelming sense of divine protection. Nonetheless, it is critical that you keep a single focus. It is critical to remain attentive, as clarity frequently necessitates ongoing engagement. As a result, it is critical that you allow your true self to emerge. Please take a moment to recover your composure. Do you have a sudden sensation of heat on your skin? This could indicate an increased sense of spirituality. Confirmation by spiritual means. You are in the proper place at the right time. This message is not just a coincidence. The convergence of circumstances is significant. You are being directed to identify any potential difficulties that may have existed. Furthermore, the spiritual significance of these circumstances may be greater than previously thought. Consider the following section to be of particular importance to you. To embrace this message, active engagement with spiritual truth is required, not passiveness. The divine can be powerfully aligned with your journey. You can detect a spiritual connection by actively listening. I am currently focused on remaining alert to the events that are unfolding. It is possible to change the course of an ongoing event before it ends. A spiritual trap, betrayal, and a toxic link that appeared to be affection but was draining your spirit may become obvious. It appears that Archangel Michael is conveying a sense of increasing pressure. I fervently hope that you receive this message before critical moments pass. Beloved, you are greatly appreciated. It's possible that you're not fully aware of the spiritual protection that surrounds you. This message serves as a potent reminder. You're not alone. You're not alone. Archangel Michael's guidance teaches us that events that unfold subtly are frequently unseen. Nonetheless, these spiritual insights have revealed themselves. Each subtle manipulation, whisper, and insincere gesture could be part of a complex spiritual dynamic. This message seeks to penetrate illusions in order to reveal profound truths. Tonight, there may be influences attempting to get your attention, but their motivations are not genuine love. Your soul is acutely aware of both reality and experience. The sudden sensation of a tightening in your chest or an increase in body temperature while listening is not caused by fear. This is the fundamental concept behind spiritual recollection. Your inner knowing acknowledges past endeavors. This awareness is currently being validated by divine energies. Spirit, you were never truly concerned. You were simply receiving spiritual messages. Previously, you simply lacked concrete evidence. It is not as far as you may think. Insights show that a challenging influence, despite its diminished presence in your daily life, understands the factors that contribute to your happiness and the factors that make you vulnerable. Because of their proximity, these influences could have approached you undetected. However, the dynamics of spirituality have changed. Visualize Archangel Michael directing attention to a path of truth, revealing what was previously hidden. The message reads, "I am informing you of this because it is time for you to rise." As these insights become clear, the truth is revealed. As you acknowledge this message, the veil of deception is lifted. Exploring challenging influences is not the only goal. It is also about reawakening a part of oneself that will no longer accept fake affection. A person who is unstoppable, armored, and protected, a soul who rises and walks with honesty and clarity. Tonight, that aspect of yourself is becoming more noticeable. It's as if Archangel Michael has been intensely focused, keeping a protective eye on you. A gentle voice whispered your name while you were dreaming. I whispered to you, "Beloved, please refrain from skipping this again," because you had previously failed to pay attention when you suspected something was wrong. You gave them an additional opportunity. Your inner monologue is silenced. Paradise will not allow you to be unaware at this time. This message is not just a collection of facts. The object appears to be a mirror. Examine it. At this moment, who comes to mind? Nonetheless, which individuals did you continue to forgive despite their inability to change their behavior? Who is the person who consistently exacerbates the situation in the hopes of a positive outcome? That is the one, declares Archangel Michael. That's the name. God did not intend to harm you by disclosing this information. However, he is too concerned about your safety to leave you unprotected. Trembling is permitted. As powerful as the energy transition is, the previous truth is no longer applicable. God made the axis reversible. Archangel Michael increases the level of exposure. He also demonstrates his hand gestures. When his fingers come into contact with the name, they ache. He screams, "I am informing you of this solely because it is your turn to rise." Reality cannot be concealed any longer. Accepting this message terminates the enchantment immediately. Identifying those who are opposed to you is not the only goal. It is also about reawakening a part of oneself that will not accept false affection. A person who is unstoppable, protected and armored, who stands tall and moves with honesty and clarity. And my dear, that version of you will return tonight. As Archangel Michael stated, I have been unable to sleep for the past 3 nights. I stayed in the vicinity of your window. A gentle voice whispered your name while you were dreaming. I whispered to you, my dear, please refrain from skipping this again. Despite your suspicions that something was wrong, you ignored the previous incident. You gave them an additional opportunity. Your inner monologue is silenced. However, heaven will not allow you to stay in the dark today. This message is not just a collection of facts. The object appears to be a mirror. Examine it. At this moment, who comes to mind? Nonetheless, which individuals did you continue to forgive despite their inability to change their behavior? Who is the person who consistently exacerbates the situation in the hopes of a positive outcome? That is the one, declares Archangel Michael. That's the name. God did not intend to harm you by informing you about this. Nevertheless, he is too attached to you to abandon you without protection. Trembling is permitted. Archangel Michael is currently releasing the Judgment Scroll, which represents the transformation of energies. This divine document breaks down cycles, false individuals, curses, and clears the path. Nonetheless, most people ignore this reality. The adversary is not required to carry a sword. They may approach with a smile, comforting words, or a hand clasped around yours, silently disapproving of your light. I would appreciate it if you could complete a brief spiritual assignment before I proceed. Accept this truth within your heart. Your agreement with this fact is communicated to heaven through this fundamental action, which goes beyond simple acknowledgement. By genuinely embracing this message, you become open to God's blessings. You are expressing to God, Lord, I understand this. I am ready to receive your blessing. Begin the shift immediately. God is weary of seeing your suffering as a result. You are not simply going to observe this. This was conceived in the court of heaven. Archangel Michael has stated that this message was created at the time they chose to deceive you and has since arrived. As a result, exercise caution. At about 2:10 a.m., your environment will change at 3:45 a.m. You may be awakened unexpectedly. Your name may appear in your dreams. There is no such thing as fantasy. Archangel Michael is en route to ensure your safety. Heaven is responsible for reorienting the psyche. The person who intends to harm you will attempt to repeat the act. Nevertheless, a miracle has occurred. They are destined to fail. This message is delivered to you by divine power and requires your full consent. Archangel Michael instructs the person who monitors your finances, home, soul, and sleep quality to let them know they are not alone tonight. I'll remain at the entrance. My flame will be located in the center of their residence. Nothing will be allowed to pass through. This is your salvation if you've ever felt like giving up. Nonetheless, if you have ever faced spiritual affliction, obstruction, or assault, you must make a decision. If you disregard this message, you may never have access to the full truth again. Please be aware that each seed you plant in this quest will grow into a torch that illuminates the darkness of another. Heaven advances through the words of those who are willing, but it also grows through the goodness of their souls. Right now, I'm communicating with you directly. The truth that I communicate is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. The spiritual sharing of divine grace and truth is guided by the principle, give, and it will be given to you. It is a continuous obligation with a significant impact on your future. I am inviting you to approach this message with purpose, honesty, and hope as a simple act of faith. Accepting this truth results in an act of spiritual obedience, which opens your heavens. Observe the blessings that God bestows on your life. If even one aspect of this message speaks to you, you can be confident that it is genuine. The revealing of the name is not meant to harm you, but rather to heal. Truth facilitates freedom. Clarity helps to build fortitude. Today, God declares that the tempest is over. I strongly advise you to make a statement as soon as you feel the truth enveloping your being. Declare aloud, I receive this protection as a covenant with heaven. This will notify all spiritual forces that you are no longer their target. You are a newborn who has been submerged in holy flames. When you sincerely believe this truth, it will transform your life. If you're still listening, Archangel Michael says, My child, I knew you were brave enough. I was aware of your readiness. This is why I worked so hard to get where I am today. You're not behind schedule. No, you did not give up your opportunity. Nonetheless, this is the final determination. The spirit of this child is awakening at this moment, declares Archangel Michael. The brilliance is tangible to me. After acknowledging the truth, their light became visible to everyone in paradise. When your light is visible in heaven, my beloved, angels are deployed to fight rather than observe. 3 angels are sent to you as a symbol of protection and reversal, provided you remain vigilant. The sender is receiving all of the correspondence addressed to you. It is critical to maintain the confidentiality of this divine mandate at this time. Your name has recently been added to the list of untouchables in heaven, which is governed by divine law in a silent, legal, and spiritual manner. Archangel Michael's voice repeats, This child has endured enough. It is critical that no weapon designed to harm them be created. This section may move you to tears, as it has in others. Archangel Michael would like to speak with you about this matter. I am aware of how much you have wept in private. I am aware of numerous occasions when you appeared unaffected by your sorrow. I understand the responsibilities you bear. I understand the sense of isolation you feel. I understand the disappointment this has caused. I observed everything. I would like you to be aware of this. Every single emotion. Be aware that you are currently under divine protection. Heaven will respond. As a child of God, you may be unaware of the full extent of the benefits you are currently receiving as a result of your attentiveness. You did not neglect the assignment. You stuck to your conviction. And that is enough to make the heavens shake. God is delighted to see your attentiveness. The truth is being revealed. The previously unknown path has been made clear. You are protected by a celestial shield of protection, a wall of divine strength. You are now protected from people who have bad intentions. You have been pleading for help. That concludes the matter. Archangel Michael says, I will offer you a level of understanding that surpasses mere identification. I will demonstrate the energy, patterns, emotional hazards, and red flags. They will not ensnare you in the future. This is not just a cautionary tale. This is the source of salvation. Please convey the following sentiment with sincerity while you sleep tonight. Archangel Michael, safeguard me. May you, O God, protect me. I am ready to give up the artificial and embrace the divine. After saying these words, you may feel a subtle change, a vibration, or a sense of warmth. That is the spiritual energy being generated in the vicinity of you. An impressive event is about to take place. God says, I will grant you favor because you have heeded and embraced the truth. That's correct, my dear. Spiritual alignment serves as the catalyst for miraculous events. Blessings may arrive sooner than you expect if you stop ignoring the signs. Archangel Michael claims that blessings will be bestowed regardless of whether the attack is successful. It is expected that significant spiritual events will happen. These could include a vivid dream that conveys the sensation of a vision. Recognize that there is a more important goal at play. You receive an unexpected message that helps you understand. A divine rerouting of your destiny and a sudden release from an event that felt like it had been holding you back for years, as the path you were on was not truly fitting for you. The person who intended to harm you may try to resurface with justifications, narratives, and justifications, but their goal is not to help you recover. Prepare yourself, child, for yet another emotional examination. They may try to mend the rift that divine intervention caused. Archangel Michael tells them, do not reassemble what I have removed. He then lets them go. This message is urgently needed. Please consider sharing this message with those who could benefit from it. Punishment is unnecessary in response to this assertion. The subject is release. God has no desire to punish anyone. He is concerned for your well-being. Beloved, you were never meant to go through so much grief. Archangel Michael wishes for you to be aware of this. You do not represent the majority of the population. You are sacred. You've been divinely appointed. They attempted to undermine you by recognizing your magnificence before it was fully realized. Beloved, the adversary prioritizes power over vulnerability. This is why they pursued you. Still, divine order has been established. Heaven says, enough. Take a deep breath. That's correct, my dear. Spiritual alignment serves as the catalyst for miraculous events. When you stop fleeing from the signs, you can start accepting blessings. This time, they may arrive sooner than expected. Archangel Michael claims that the onslaught was ineffective, but that blessings are on the way. It is expected that significant spiritual events will happen. These could include a vivid dream that conveys the sensation of a vision. Recognize that there is a more important goal at play. Unexpected messages may provide clarification. a sudden cessation of a situation that appeared to have slowed your progress over time. A divine rerouting of your destiny, because the path you were on was not meant for you. Child, prepare your spirit immediately. The person who intended to harm you may try to return with narratives, apologies, and explanations. However, their true intention may not be to aid recovery. They may try to mend the rift that divine intervention caused. Archangel Michael tells them, "Do not reassemble what I have removed." He then lets them go. Punishment is unnecessary in response to this assertion.
The subject is release. God's intention is not to punish anyone. He is concerned for your well-being.
It was never intended for you to go through so much suffering. The following are critical truths that Archangel Michael wants you to be fully aware of. You do not represent the majority of the population. You are sacred. You've been divinely appointed. This explains why they were so determined to harm you. They recognized your brilliance before you. The adversary does not target vulnerable individuals. It represents a threat to authority. This is why they pursued you. Still, divine order has been established. Heaven says, "Enough." Deep inhale. You are entering a new era in which the truth is emerging, lies are exposed, and your future is protected by a blazing spiritual light. Michael, the Archangel, declared, "I will be present for you in 3 positions: behind, next to, and in front." You are free to cry at this time, and no one else will be able to use your purpose in the future. This is a relief, not a source of sadness. The soul understands that it was never truly isolated. Your spirit is transforming into a flame, weakening the power of those who sought to harm you. This light cannot be obscured by darkness. Child of God, speak this in a whisper right now. Archangel Michael, I recognize this truth. I am granted this protection. I relinquish the counterfeit. Declare that I have joined the real world. As you say those words, a divine shift occurs, bringing peace and opening up new paths. Archangel Michael has once again expressed his thoughts. Heaven has recognized the truth, and your journey will be documented in the book of divine restoration. The past is not ignored in that book. The narrative is currently being revised. Betrayal is transformed into rebirth, and every pain becomes a source of strength. Also, your narrative is being revised this evening. You are no longer the person who wanders aimlessly, pondering the identities of those who secretly want to see you fail. That period of your life has ended. This marks the beginning of a period of profound heavenly clarity. People may start to distance themselves from you, not because you are trying to coerce them, but because your light makes it difficult to conceal untruth in close proximity. Archangel Michael claims that those who have attempted to harm you can now be identified. Their words may be ineffective. Their strategies may prove ineffective. They were not aware that the light of heaven was protecting your essence. You are not just an individual. You are God's investment, and no one will truly benefit from your setback. My child, accepting this message has the potential to cause a significant transformation. After some time, you may feel lighter. You may begin to notice unusual blessings. This is not just a coincidence. This was a result of spiritual alignment. A miracle is currently in the making. God guarantees that a path will emerge for you in the divine timing, and you may discover that something you thought was irretrievably lost has been restored. A chance, a restoration, or an obvious breakthrough that will move you to tears. That's your indication. This serves as your confirmation. What is Archangel Michael's message? They tried to keep you from witnessing your miracle by promising you false friendship, peace, and love. Nonetheless, we will not tolerate any more delays. It's now your turn. And, my dear, the evidence will astound you as the person who smiled at you while making disparaging remarks behind you will be caught by divine exposure rather than your diligent efforts. Let them become entangled in their own web, says Archangel Michael. Avoid having physical altercations with them. Please do not respond to them. Refrain from physical confrontation. The judgment of heaven will address the issues that your heart cannot address. One final word of caution. It is possible that the person in question will attempt to return. You may believe that you have undergone a transformation, that you are missing something, or that their actions have left you perplexed. However, Archangel Michael claims that those individuals are not particularly apologetic. Items like this are referred to as strategies. Do not allow them to enter. If you allow them entry, the peace and tranquility of your home will be disturbed once again. Do not be unkind. That is not the message God is giving you. Nonetheless, He desires for you to be intelligent. Ensure the security of your vitality, which is equivalent to a treasure. Your light should not be visible to all people. It was only slightly dimmed by a few people. Now pay close attention because this is a sacred matter. Archangel Michael has been informed about your future, and he begged you to allow him to inform you. He noticed that you were having fun. He noticed you were in the company of suitable individuals. You held a blessing in your hands that was so beautiful that angels stopped to admire it. He finally observed you without restriction. He then observed, "If this child were aware of the events that I witnessed, they would never cry again over individuals who attempted to harm them." Your future is not only secure, but also certain. God is preparing a gate of astonishing wonders. Infrequently. It will not be accessible until your spirit aligns with divine truth. Your essence is currently in equilibrium. This concludes the case for the time being. Expect a possible improvement in your financial situation. This transformation will be unexpected and irreversible. A stimulating conversation that will improve your self-perception. A dream in which you see the number 7. A flame with a white plume. Your actions will be influenced by that ideal. Remember it. The ultimate miracle is the complete removal of all hidden adversaries from your path, which requires no action on your part. Archangel Michael declares that this beloved child is no longer required to participate in combat. They are obligated to stay in the light. It's currently their weapon. Furthermore, my dear, you are currently taking part in that activity. As you journey through this awakening, keep in mind that your spiritual alignment and commitment to this path are genuine. It's a sign from heaven. By doing so, you become a part of Jesus' plan to rescue concealed spirits. Each seed becomes a source of light, overcoming the presence of darkness. Jesus claims that you will receive water for yourself by giving it to others. This isn't historical. It relates to your future. Approach the situation with a combination of faith and strategy. The potential that God has already set for your life can be realized through spiritual commitment and generosity. Please take a moment to recover your composure. Place your hand on your heart and observe the rhythm. That isn't the only pulse of life. That demonstrates that God continues to long for and require your presence. And heaven has not yet concluded its relationship with you. I'd appreciate it if you could capture this alignment in a message from your consciousness before entering this sacred moment. Again, internally affirm Amen from the depths of your being. Please sign this covenant with a heartfelt commitment. As you affirm this, know that heaven is watching, angels are preparing, and your miracle is on the way. It is best to write it with a positive attitude right now. Even when you are unaware of his presence, Archangel Michael is there. He is beaming for the first time in weeks, knowing that the child he was sent to protect has finally received the message. He says, "My beloved, I no longer need to plead because you have heard me. When you hear me, everything changes." Heaven is now truly joyful because the message was not overlooked today. You did not hide the truth. You unlocked the scroll. You've been informed of the name. The signs were obvious. You're currently standing. Find a sense of purpose. Climb and protect yourself. Ascending allows you to revitalize your spirit. The sword of discernment needs to be raised. You are enveloped in favor. Your destiny is ready for you. Your adversaries have been defeated, and your guardian angels are currently in action. Your rebirth has happened. You are no longer the same person you were before. If no one else has already informed you, Archangel Michael will. I have feelings of affection for you. I've consistently advocated for you. I will never give up this pursuit. The previously hidden information has been revealed, and the delayed message is now being transmitted, allowing you to walk in peace. Heaven is currently shining upon you. Feel it. Your miracle has already begun. Archangel Michael remains at your side. Furthermore, my dear, you are currently taking part in that activity. Please take a moment to recover your composure. Place your hand on your heart and observe the rhythm. That isn't the only pulse of life. This demonstrates that God continues to long for your presence and that heaven has not yet ended its relationship with you. Even when you are unaware of his presence, Archangel Michael is there. He is beaming for the first time in weeks, knowing that the child he was sent to protect has finally received the message. He says, "My beloved, I no longer need to plead because you have listened to me, and as a result, everything will be transformed." Heaven is overjoyed that you did not ignore the message today. You did not hide the truth. You unlocked the scroll. You've been informed of the name. You have observed the indicators and are currently on an upward trend. Commit to your ascent. Ascend with caution. Begin your day with a fervor that energizes your soul. Ascend using the instrument of discernment. As your adversaries fall, you will ascend with favor from all angles. Your destiny welcomes you with open arms, and your guardians have been activated. This is the period of your rebirth. If no one has already notified you, Archangel Michael will. You are no longer the same person. I have feelings of affection for you. I was relentless in my pursuit of you. I have no plans to do this. Now walk in peace, because what was hidden has been revealed, and what was delayed is being completed. You are now receiving smiles from heaven. Does this appeal to you? Your miracle has already begun. Archangel Michael remains at your side. Even after this message concludes, he will not leave because heaven's protection does not end with the video. It is attached to the soul that affirms, and you, my beloved, have already demonstrated your affirmation by coming this far. This is not an accident. That is extremely uncommon. Archangel Michael approaches and says, "I am pleased to offer you one final favor, one final miracle, and one final gift as a token of my gratitude for your loyalty." He pulls a crystal tear from the flame of his sword, not out of sorrow, but out of prayer. He says, "This is my prayer for you." It stems from the numerous occasions when I invoked your name before the throne. I was unable to stop the relentless attacks on you. Every night I watched as they talked about you behind your back, laughed at you, lied, and cursed your name. He wipes his eyes and says, "However, I am now capable of intervening on your behalf without any interference. Beloved child of God, you are now receiving blessings that you did not seek. You may experience feelings of warmth, lightness, or tingling. These are often interpreted as positive spiritual manifestations. These are commonly used as indicators of spiritual transformation. Your body is releasing old energies. A process of spiritual purification is currently underway. Heaven is removing the indelible scar that darkness sought to leave on your psyche. According to Archangel Michael, you will once again encounter light. You'll laugh heartily once more, but this time with sincerity. One of the most valuable aspects of this divine revelation is now revealed. Archangel Michael urges, "Tell them this straight from the Father." As a result, these words should be interpreted as a divine message intended for your heart. My child, I have never neglected you. Regardless, you fell into the traps I warned you about. Despite the fact that you pronounced their name with more force than I did. I persisted despite the fact that you rejected the signals I sent. I wept when you wept. I was in charge of your household when you were too tired to pray. I am currently responsible for bringing this miracle to your home. My dear, you will never suffer any further harm. Child, exhale deeply. God's presence can be felt in that warmth. Currently, tranquility is like a heavenly blanket draped over your consciousness. Archangel Michael kneels beside you as these words are spoken. He is currently unable to speak, as even angels stop speaking when God addresses the beloved child. They mocked your suffering, but God remains steadfast. Your belongings were confiscated. When you fell, they rejoiced. However, proceed with caution, as I will place a table in your presence in front of your competitors who will witness your ascension. However, they will be denied the opportunity to eat at your table. Heaven is now closing the document. Nonetheless, Archangel Michael issues a concluding statement before sealing. A sentence you should never forget. Your fate has now been sealed. It cannot be claimed by an individual. Undoubtedly, obstacles will remain. Certainly, there will be periods of uncertainty. Nonetheless, you will never have to face them alone again. I recommend that you formalize your transition to this new season in which you will never be alone. According to Archangel Michael, the injury has been dealt. The truth is revealed. The healing process has begun. Prepare for mind-boggling breakthroughs, unexpected favors, and profound tranquility. These are frequently interpreted as signs that the message resonates with you. And if your spirit continues to tremble, it could mean you've accepted a divine challenge. During trials, one must remain steadfast, stay present, and listen. You are now recognized as a result of your determination. Heaven recognizes your identity. Your miracles have been unleashed, and your adversaries are silenced. You are approaching a future full of blessings. It's important to remember that this message does not end with your actions. It's important to remember that the fundamental nature of giving extends beyond material acts. Every spiritual endeavor, act of kindness, and act of generosity can strengthen your calling, bring peace to your family, and help you plan for the future. Beloved, your time has arrived. Possess assurance. By doing so, you will find spiritual abundance in your release. I recommend that you make one final declaration as you prepare to face this new reality. Allow "my enemies have fallen" to be your personal declaration of victory. Let it serve as a declaration of your inner conviction and the fact that your voice has been heard. Rapidly advance. Live the life they plan to deprive you of. Brighten the light they tried to extinguish. Be aware that the gateway, which can only be accessed from heaven, is currently being unlocked. These statements will be remembered during the subsequent assault. Archangel Michael is preparing to act from above. You are currently recounting this narrative. From divine revelation to miraculous safety, covert attacks to a promising future. Your spirit may have already perceived its validity. My child, Archangel Michael, is currently smiling. I'll let you know about it today in case no one else does. He says lovingly, "This is the moment that your life changed. You are deserving. You are being monitored. Your safety is guaranteed. Furthermore, you are cherished. A season of transformation is upon you. Thus, rise today. Heaven has spoken. Michael, the Archangel, is currently manning the entrance to your spirit. His wings are extended in joy, not to protect you. He looks at you with emotion in his eyes and tells you that you've completed the task. You continued to exist. You have been notified. Light is now being used to identify you. Do you understand how rare this moment is, beloved? Numerous people disregard divine guidance. Many people disregard even the most basic precautions. Nevertheless, you've chosen to listen. Not at this time. Consider how important this moment is, as if heaven has taken a break to reach you. Consider this information to be a divinely timed message that has appeared on your screen. You're experiencing more than just a video. You've decided to cross a spiritual threshold that you've approached. I will now call their name aloud before the great cloud of witnesses, as this child honored the truth, says Archangel Michael. This indicates that angels, saints, and ancestors are now aware that your metamorphosis has begun. Those who intended to harm you no longer have spiritual access. Their energy can no longer reach you. Their objectives will be disastrous. Their fabricated apologies will prove ineffective. Despite the disclosure of their secrets, you will be protected. The protection of God is now irreversible. It is likely that you will notice people distance themselves from you. Avoid pursuing them. That is the air in your sphere of influence being purified by heaven. Depend on silence. Emptiness is not the case. It is a region with the potential for future growth. The appropriate personnel are being deployed. They will be distinguished by the calmness they exude, as opposed to the agitation. Archangel Michael has declared that the era of misunderstanding is over. Heavenly clarity has begun. Furthermore, child, let the following statement sink in. You're not doomed. You were never doomed. You were selected. The discomfort was not punishment. It served as a sign of readiness. Denial did not cause the delay. It provided security. The conclusion was not reached as a result of the breach. It marked the beginning of the revelation. Do you understand how rare this moment is, beloved? Numerous people disregard divine guidance. There are many people who disregard gentle warnings, but you are an exception. Not at this time. This is why heaven is currently focused on acquiring you. This is why you are receiving this message right now. You're experiencing more than just a video. You've successfully crossed a spiritual threshold. The Archangel Michael declares, I will now call their name aloud before the great cloud of witnesses, as this child honored the truth. This implies that angels, saints, and ancestors are now aware that your metamorphosis is underway. Those who intended to harm you no longer have spiritual access. You are no longer vulnerable to their harmful energies. There will be no fertile ground for their ill will toward you. Their deceptive apologies will prove ineffective. Despite the possibility of exposed secrets, you will be safe. Your life is now defined by the constant presence of God's protection. It is likely that you will notice people distance themselves from you. Avoid pursuing them. That is heaven's act of purifying the air around you. Depend on silence. Emptiness is not the case. It is a region with the potential for future growth. The appropriate personnel are being deployed. They will be distinguished by the calmness they exude, as opposed to the agitation. Archangel Michael has declared that the era of misunderstanding is over. The era of heaven-inspired clarity has begun. Furthermore, allow the following statement to penetrate your consciousness. You're not doomed. You were never doomed. You were selected. The misery was completely unjustified. It was a period of preparation. The delay did not constitute a denial. It was for the purpose of safety. The story did not end with that treachery. It marked the beginning of the revelation. This is the true version of yourself, the one who recognizes false energy, hears God's voice, and senses reality. That version made them nervous. That is the version that affects subsequent generations. Again, Archangel Michael speaks cautiously. I am relieved of the need to implore you, because you will never again be subjected to spiritual blindness. You are now in the process of awakening. Every second of this message, heaven was pouring oil on your soul to mend, anoint, and realign it. Your aura has been strengthened. Your home is illuminated. Your financial trajectory is being opened up. Your intuition is acute, and your heart is safe. Your adversary's identity has not simply been revealed, child of God. It was spiritually disassociated with your course. This is the reason they will abruptly stop communicating with you. This is why they will refrain from contacting you. Your energy is currently too shielded to captivate them, and this is unrelated to any changes in their behavior. This is the result of connecting with the divine. You are so densely coated in light that even darkness cannot discern you. Please pause for a moment to reflect. Examine each time you were on the verge of quitting. You consistently expressed your desire for God to give you a sign. This message should be taken as a significant sign. You inquired. God responded. It has arrived at this time because God has determined that your wait has ended. You are involved in a divine movement, not underperforming. This is not just a hypothetical scenario. Not in one day. Right now. Archangel Michael asserts that the child has understood the message. The blessing must now be released. Signs of divine favor can manifest in unique ways, such as a repeated number. Alternatively, a name may appear in a dream. A dialogue that brings an agonizing chapter to a close. A financial windfall could occur unexpectedly. Years of stress are replaced by a sense of calm. You do not need to take any action. Simply maintain your posture in the glow. Archangel Michael has already resolved the remaining issue. And God is already 3 steps ahead of any upcoming endeavor. Consequently, exhale deeply. Your essence has been liberated. You have a well-defined path. Your emotions are safe. Your destiny is secure. In the future, when someone asks how you changed your life, simply respond with a sweet smile and the statement, "The truth was revealed to me by heaven, and Archangel Michael protected me." This is exactly what happened. You were rescued, secured, enhanced. Above all, it will be recalled, You are not disregarded. You are not overlooked. You have been retained in a marvelous manner. Finally, you are liberated. You were assaulted because of your genius, not your vulnerability. Your spirit was betrayed not because you were foolish, but because it held something divine, something they couldn't replicate. As a result, they made an attempt to eradicate it. Archangel Michael, the protector who has never abandoned you, now watches over you from above, rather than as a distant figure. You are now free from the grip of darkness. The person who intended to harm you, who told lies behind your back, buried secrets in the shadows, and smiled while concealing daggers in their aura, is now being revealed by discernment and the events unfolding around you. Exercise caution. Individuals may begin to reveal their true selves, perhaps without their knowledge. Conversations will undergo changes. Concealed intentions will be revealed. Your intuition will become more clear. That is not an example of paranoia. That is discernment. And that, my dear, is your present. Archangel Michael says that clarity is the penalty for transgression. This child has remitted the entire amount, so the reward starts at this point. God is no longer just protecting you from the attack. He's compensating you for your fortitude. Prepare for an increase in blessings beyond rational explanation. Prepare for divine interactions that foster feelings of antiquity, healing, and familiarity. These individuals will not deplete your resources. They will restore you. You may experience an abrupt end to specific circumstances. Peace can be achieved quickly in situations that have persisted for more than a month. In fact, a sense of divine justice may arise, as the person who intended to harm you was fully aware of their actions. Furthermore, it is recognized by the celestial realm. Nonetheless, avoid overexerting yourself by attempting to convey it to others. Refrain from joining a conversation. Do not continue defending yourself. That section has ended. As a result of God's intervention, you retreat. Michael, the Archangel, says, "Let heaven speak now." The divine court should take over the responsibilities that your spirit is no longer capable of handling. Heaven has sent a spiritual directive. You are divinely protected from any weapon intended to harm you. This holds true regardless of whether it concerns your spirituality, emotions, or finances. Not even when you're alone. Your name has been added to the protected list. They will not manifest regardless of their negative attitudes toward you. The roster in question isn't documented. It is distinguished by its lightness. Your name cannot be erased after it has been recorded, whether in hell or on earth. Does the sensation of tingling return to you? This could indicate that your spirit is noticing a significant transformation. The angels have engulfed your atmosphere, and heaven now demands that you prepare for an unexpected event. An apology. Someone who has caused you significant harm may try to return in the near future. Yes, this is a possibility. Not all people who apologize are sincere in their expression of regret. Some people are simply trying to keep the door open in order to deplete you once more. Archangel Michael advises being cautious when opening. Pay immediate attention. Your peace is no longer in jeopardy. Accepting celestial blessings is imperative right now. You are no longer the person seeking affection. The part of you that allowed scorn to emerge has vanished. You are no longer the person who remained silent in order to relieve the suffering of others. You are now experiencing spiritual fire, favor, light, and truth. Archangel Michael bowed his head and declared, "You are now the version of yourself that heaven has always seen." Say this out loud. I appreciate your authority, God. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your protection. I release all resentment and move forward in complete alignment with my destiny. The promise has turned into a covenant. This agreement is impenetrable. The miracle is already sealed in paradise. Please don't be concerned if you experience fatigue or weakness again.
Archangel Michael has already sealed the gate. The person who intended to harm you may now be faced with the profound stillness of divine justice. Above all, this could have a significant impact. Not a storm, not a visible punishment, but stillness, a perceived lack of grace, and the loss of opportunities that were once available to them, all because they carried your name in their spirit. Heaven takes betrayal very seriously, especially when directed at a chosen individual, such as yourself. So, my dear, may your soul be at peace. You've been carrying an excessive amount of weight. You have spent an excessive amount of time demonstrating fortitude. This is the time for you to receive, breathe, and walk with complete spiritual confidence, not fear. Archangel Michael no longer serves as a sentinel. He is now guiding you through every decision, interaction, and step. If you ever feel disoriented again, just remember this incident. Heaven broke the procedure and contacted you personally, the moment Archangel Michael gave you the name. At that point, God whispered into your soul, "Child, I never left." Your story is not simply being altered. It is currently going through a resurrection. And this is just the beginning. Ascend today, because the grandeur that awaits will make the agonies of the past irrelevant. Before you leave, I'd like to give you one last bit of encouragement. Share this message with your network, a friend, a group, or in your personal narrative. You become a conduit for truth and light by spreading this message. The spiritual insights that spoke to you may also serve to elicit understanding in the lives of those with whom you share them. Do not hide this reality. Serve as the channel through which this message is delivered. If you feel inspired to share it, do so and believe in the divine ripple effect of spreading hope. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound reality. It is no coincidence that this message has been disclosed. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. Its spiritual truth, which is both simple and powerful, has the potential to transform your entire life. Accept it wholeheartedly, because your victory is near. Nonetheless, your vigor, presence, and attentiveness are already greatly appreciated. It is critical that action is taken. Your abundance is ready.